Hey everybody, welcome back to economics. This is chapter 6, the first question in your Apply homework. It asks a little bit about minimum wage legislation. So this is an analysis, the traditional economic analysis of what happens when minimum wage legislation is introduced. So the first piece of this graph, of this problem, gives you a graph that you can graphing tool you can play with. We have here a market for labor. Here's the supply of labor. Here's the demand for labor, equilibrium right here. So the equilibrium wage is $10. Equilibrium output quantity is 250,000 workers. So again, in this market, the equilibrium wage is $10. We read this right here. Equilibrium output, 250,000 workers. If a senator introduces a bill to legislate a minimum hourly wage of $6, that's this right here, that's called a price floor. It's a floor because wages are not allowed to drop below that. So no businesses can pay anything under $6. Those wages are forbidden. That makes it a price floor. A ceiling is the opposite, right? A ceiling is a price above which prices can't go, can't rise, they can't get any higher. So again, we can play with what happens in our market as we input a variety of price floors. So if, for example, we decide to go with a price floor of $12, all of a sudden the quantity supplied rises, right? We've got 375,000 workers who are interested in working at $12. On the other hand, the number of businesses interested in hiring those workers has gone down. So we've got some businesses that can no longer afford to hire. So our labor demand is down to 125,000. So at 12, labor demand is 125,000 workers. Labor supplied is 375,000 workers. And what kind of pressure does that put on wages? We've got a lot of people that want jobs at that point. So that puts downward pressure on wages, right? However, we've got a floor, we've got a law. Even though there are more people that want to work, we can't lower the prices. Conversely, if we decide to go with $8, here we've got quantity demanded, here we've got quantity supplied, so quantity demanded is now 375. And quantity supplied is only 175. So there's a lot of businesses that want to hire at that rate. A lot of people that are not so many people interested in working, so we've got upward pressure on wages. So that true or false, a minimum wage above $10 per hour is not a binding wage in this market. So if we put a minimum wage of 12, is that binding or is that not? That is binding, right? That is a binding wage. That makes this sentence false. So that is binding. That's causing problems in the market. So the market would like to have an equilibrium wage of 12 or of 10. 12 is higher than that. That is a binding problem in the market. So any other questions about this Apply homework assignment? Send me a question via email or in the class. Thanks. Bye-bye.